Hey everybody, Dave Juno, the Meniere's Disease Warrior. How y'all doing? Warning. I'm going to give a little bit of a warning. There's going to be some talk that some people might be a little upset, more like on what body parts. Okay, so I just want to warn people, all right, before you, just in case, it's not going to be dirty. It's just some people get squeamish. But I will carry on. So yesterday I saw a comment on one of my videos, the Epsilon video that a person made. I don't care what the side effects are as long as it gets rid of this tinnitus. I understand that. Believe me, I do. But be careful what you wish for. You may just get it. And the reason why I'm saying this is because side effects can be very, very bad. And we don't know what the side effects are for Epsilon. We don't. Okay. And another side note, I have no idea when it's coming out. Don't ask me. I don't work for the FDA and I don't work for Sun Pharmaceutical. Okay. People really talking about it is Sound Pharmaceutical. And why wouldn't they? They want it passed. Okay, they want people calling the FDA. Say, we want this, we want this. Think it's going to push it through. It ain't. And before anyone else says anything, yes, I want it to pass. Yes, I want it to work for everybody, but I'm also realistic. It's not going to work for everybody. Probably. So I hope it does. It'd be great. It'd be great. But some people tend to jump on the bandwagon. I don't want that. So the guy said that, and I'm like, I got to make a video about this. And I got the perfect situation. This is why I said the warning. So here's my perfect situation. My situation that I hope people learn from. Okay. A couple of years ago, my doctor wanted me to take Jardiance. Everybody knows, if you don't know what Jardiance is, it's for your blood sugar if you're type 2 diabetic. It's for your A1AC or H1A, whatever it is, A1C number. Okay. And a lot of people take it. A lot of people do well with it. I was doing well with it. As far as my blood sugars and A1AC, everything was going great. Then about a month or two later, I noticed I've got a yeast infection on my ding dong, on my penis. So I'm like, okay, put some antifungal on there, goes away, comes back. A couple of weeks later, goes away. After I do it again, comes back. Let's call the doctor. Tell the doctor, 6 months later, I call the doctor. This is how stupid I am. Instead of calling right away, I'm sitting there trying to fix it. Because, see, I'm just like you guys, I don't know the doctor. I don't have to. So I call the doctor. Doctor give me a prescription for a yeast infection. That really didn't do anything too much. It was just the same as what I was doing before. So he's like, okay, we got to take you off this. So he took me off Jardiance, put me on Trulicity. And then they had a thing with the Trulicity not being made fast enough. It was back ordered from whenever. So then they put me on Ozempic. But that yeast infection took a very long time to heal, at least 6 months. And in the process, it left me with fistulas on the underside of my penis, scar tissue on the underside of my penis. I was in a ton of pain for a while. So, and nobody really knew. I'd be making videos and I'd be in pain. I'd be going, hi, I'm Dave Juno. So, yeah. So, yeah, I had that. And then the skin started growing on the head of the penis. Not growing, but attaching to it. So, depending upon how I sat, it was agony. Okay. So, I go see a urologist, and the urologist says, okay, let's try this steroid cream, see if it cleans up some of the fistulas. And that skin starts to remove because, I can get rid of it now and rip it apart. And I'm like, oh, no, it's okay. Let's try this first. So it really wasn't doing anything. I went back for a follow-up. We got to do surgery. Okay. So I'm like, okay. So I had the surgery done June 14th where they sewed up the fistulas, cleaned up the scar tissue, and ripped that skin off. Thank God I was knocked out. So I had that done, and I'll tell you what, for 2 weeks, I was in the worst pain I ever been in my life. I don't care what anybody says. I was in the worst pain. I had more pain down there having that surgery than they did when they did my laparoscopy. And painkillers weren't doing anything. Tramadol. They gave me Tramadol. Did nothing. Did nothing. Did what help? Ice. And for 2 weeks, I was in agony and bleeding and everything. It was awful, awful. And then it started getting better. And, 2 months, like a month later, I was like, geez, it's still, I still got to put all this medicine on it and everything. And they said, well, you're diabetic, so it's going to take a little while longer. Instead of 1 to 2 months, probably maybe 3 or 4. And it's not bad now. It's great. I'm glad I got the surgery done. It's still a little painful, but it's not super pain. It's not something I can't deal with. I don't take any payment for it, so I'm happy. But the thing is, with the Jardiance commercial, you ever see the Jardiance commercial and they're all dancing around? I'm working on my A1C. I'm getting better by taking this little pill. They're all going, woo, woo, woo. They don't mention anything about that yeast infection. And then in the middle of the yeast, like near the end of it, you hear it. It's read very softly. It's read very softly. Seek medical attention if you get a genital yeast infection. Yeah, very softly. Great. And it says it on the website. Well, it's a little bit more bolder on the website. But the thing is like, I might have problems with this for the rest of my life. My ding dong, my penis. I shouldn't say ding dong. I'm talking 5-year-old. My penis. So, that's okay. I can deal with it the way it is. I mean, that's fine, But that's what I'm talking about, And then, what was the other one? Humira. Yeah, I think it's for arthritis, or I don't know if it's for arthritis or Crohn's. I can't remember. There's so many of these ads that come flashing on television. But it's like, if you take it, and it might clear up whatever problem you're having, but it could leave you with lymphoma, which is a cancer. So this is the thing. You got to be careful with these things. We don't know what this epsilon's going to do. We don't know. Yeah, it might do this, but it might cause other problems that we're not aware of as of right now. Okay? So, yeah, is it a good thing to get psyched about it? And to be positive about it? Yeah. I want it to work. I want it to work for me. Okay? But I'm very careful about side effects when they're going to give me a new medication. I won't take it until I've read what the side effects are. I'll fill it because my prescription is like $1.50 or something with the Medicare. Or I'll read what the side effects are before I go pick it up, because I don't know what they are. We don't know what they are, and I don't know what damage they could do. One of the classic ones is amoxicillin. Amoxicillin. Everybody knows what amoxicillin is. Penicillin. There are people that actually are allergic to it. A lot of people are allergic to it. Some people go into anaphylactic shock and die from it. Okay. So usually, if you're getting hives from that antibiotic, you call the doctor. They put you on erythromycin, or doxycycline, or tetracycline, something like that. That's not a penicillin. And I don't know about Zithromax, Z-Pack. I don't know what that is, but that works great for for that. But my oldest boy, he's allergic to it. Okay, he gets hives everywhere. So yeah, you got to be careful with what these side effects are, and that's what I'm trying to get through. This is not a bash Epsilon. It's not a bash of the gentleman who made the post. I don't want to bash him. I want him to be alive. I want him to understand that when we take medications, there could always be a problem. Okay, a lot of people don't realize. They don't think that. They just think, oh well, I'll take it and hopefully be better. You might take it and hopefully be better, but it might cause another problem, like Jardiance did for me. Yeah, it worked great for my blood sugar, but it caused another problem down on my penis. So, you got to be careful. I mean, you see all these ads. One thing I used to ask my doctor, these ads that you see for every medication known to man. Your phone must go off the hook every day. He goes, oh, unbelievable. People want stuff that they don't even have. Okay, because they see an ad for it and they go, oh, I want that. Well, what do you want it for? You don't have that. So it's like, why do you want it? So yeah, people are just, and that's the problem with these ads. It's crazy. And everybody's trying to make money. And the same thing with some pharmaceutical. I mean, yeah, do they want to help people? Sure, they sure do. They also want to make money. So they're going to send out all kinds of information about this to the public. because they're hoping that, you are going to call the FDA and say, hey, what about this Epsilon? This could help us. They're hoping 20,000 people call. And the FDA go, I don't want to hear these things. Boom. And people do this shit. It's been going on since forever. Okay, so you gotta relax, calm down a bit, and it's okay. I deal with tinnitus 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Some days it's bad. Some days it's really bad. Sometimes it gets bad, and then as the day goes on, it gets better. Like today. Earlier today, my tinnitus was going through the roof. What I do? I went and laid down for an hour or two in silence. Got up, and it's not too bad right now. Okay, that doesn't mean like 20 minutes from now it's not going to be bad, but it's not bad right now. So just relax. When it comes out, it comes out. Hopefully it'll help the majority of us. All right, hopefully it will. And on that note, have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.